Good morning, folks. It's Diamond from the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, bringing your Monday morning, March 9th coronavirus update at 11 a.m. Mountain Time 2020. The coronavirus cases worldwide, official numbers at Worldometers is at 111,784 with 3,893 deaths. Now, overnight, we were well aware as the after-hours trading, the Dow opened this morning plunging 2,000 points, and trading was stopped. Trading commenced shortly after that and has recovered slightly, currently down 1,233.4 live, which is almost a 5% drop. Driving markets almost to 5-year lows, surpassing all the gains in the last year. And you could see here the oil index down another 17%. This is exceptional. The Russell index down almost 6%, and the S&P 500 down 5.15. Now, this all coming as the Trump administration clashes with airline officials over the official coronavirus protocols.
Yes, the flight attendants are on the front lines of the coronavirus or any communicable disease, and we have a whole list of operational items that need to be done. One of those things on the top of the list is to get exemptions so the airlines can actually install bulk.
So that's not working very well. The problem is that there is going to be here, and I have this document here, there are going to be regulations put in place. This document you're looking at is scheduled to be published in the Federal Register on 2/12/2020. This is from the Department of Health and Human Services and the Control of Communicable Diseases in Foreign Quarantine. So if you want to learn about what the protocols are, I'll leave you a list of this document and you can peruse it yourself. Now, the problem is the Trump administration wants these rules implemented immediately in all the airlines. And the airlines are claiming that they do not have the infrastructure to pull this off. So clearly what we have here is an example of what needs to be done and what's possible, and most people claiming it's not possible. Now, with the pandemic unfolding, like we're seeing here are the numbers. Currently 566 in the U.S., confirmed 66 in Canada. Out of the 566 confirmed in the U.S., we have 22 deaths. The death rate is hovering around 4%. The outbreak in Europe has just begun, almost 1,000 in Spain, 1,200 in France confirmed, 1,155 in Germany, over 7,100 in Iran. South Korea has over 7,400, and over half of the world, half of the countries in the world showing cases. 92 now up in Australia. Now, Italy's massive coronavirus quarantine is provoking panic and prison riots as stocks worldwide plummet. The Japanese yen fell to a 105 today, and on and on. Now, take a look at this. Iran just released 70,000 prisoners as the toll rises. Now, that's because probably many of these prisoners were infected and they had no way to contain it within the prisons. So they released 70,000 potentially infected people onto the streets of Iran. It is only getting worse. And humanity is showing its ineptitude. Take a look at that. Iran has temporarily released approximately 70,000 prisoners due to the coronavirus outbreak. Iranian Judiciary Chief Ibrahim Raisi said Monday, according to Misan. There were 49 new fatalities in Iran from COVID-19. In Italy, where some 16 million people in Lombardy and other parts of the north are now under quarantine, there were 133 deaths reported on Sunday, bringing the total to 366. More than 7,000 people in the country have been confirmed to have the virus. But the latest figures from China and South Korea suggest the virus may be slowing in Asia, or they may just not be reporting the numbers. There's no way to know. Now, people on the Grand Princess cruise ship are now fighting over rotten food, clearly not getting the type of attention that they need here. And this is America, and we can't get people food that are docked near a major city. An elderly British woman on board the coronavirus-stricken cruise ship off the coast of California groused over the conditions on board. They were stir crazy. Passengers are fighting over rotten food, according to the report. And she was just 10 cabins down from someone who died on the ship. and then the most ridiculous thing coming out today is that, the passengers on the Grand Princess are going to be disembarked at some point and quarantined at Travis, Miramar, and military bases. So if you want to know what's happening there, that's what's happening there. Eventually, they will disembark in a few days after everyone gets tested.
That stunning travel warning, the State Department.
Quarantined. Now, let's see what the State Department has to say. Now, they're advising Americans not get on cruise ships. Who in their right mind would get on a cruise ship? Who in their right mind? Not me.
Advising Americans not to get on a cruise ship. It comes as that ship held off the coast of California for days is finally being allowed to dock. But when the Grand Princess arrives tomorrow, most of the 2,400 passengers on board will head to federal facilities to be quarantined. Here's ABC's chief national correspondent Matt Gutman in San Francisco.
Tonight, the stunning warning from the U.S. State Department telling citizens not to travel on cruise ships, especially people with underlying health conditions. That colossal logistical effort underway. Government.
How in the world is that stunning? It's called logic. Why would anyone that's old, why would anyone get on a cruise ship after what we've seen has happened over the last 2 weeks? Period.
And authorities preparing to offload over 2,400 passengers aboard the Grand Princess cruise ship, the captain making the announcement.
We will arrive at some time on Monday.
The passengers will be taken to this port in Oakland. The most ill moved off first and sent to hospitals. All others taken to military bases in California and Georgia for a mandatory 14-day quarantine. International passengers will be repatriated to their home countries.
Over the past couple of days, President Trump has said that he would prefer if none of the passengers aboard these cruises landed on U.S. soil. Did he mention any of that to you in your conversation?
Yeah, we had a private conversation, but he said we're going to do the right thing, and you have my support, all of our support, logistically and otherwise. So before he made those statements publicly, I had a private conversation with him.
Members of the president's task force admit the plan for tomorrow is still in the works.
The plan will be in place by that time, but I don't want to preview the plan right now.
Shouldn't you be able to do that?
I think it needs to all come from a solitary source. We shouldn't have 16 people saying what the plan is.
Now, clearly you can see here Ben Carson's ineptitude. This man has no idea what's going on whatsoever. Complete waste of time, money, and space right there. There are thousands of people who could have made something up that sounded way better than what this guy just actually said. Incompetence at the highest level. Ben Carson is a puppet that's in a position where he does nothing, is capable of nothing, period. Now, Inslee says he's considering mandatory measures to address the coronavirus. What does that mean?
One of them in downtown Seattle just a few days ago, 4 nursing homes now affected. Why haven't you been able to contain the virus?
Well, look, this is a challenging thing that the whole world is now recognizing. And
first of all, they haven't been able to contain the virus because you cannot contain an asymptomatic virus. Additionally, there is nothing in place to contain the virus. So because the reporter is asking, why haven't you contained the virus? And she doesn't even know, and he's not going to answer it, is very telling.
what we're doing here is the things I think our state should be doing. We're mourning our losses, which have been significant.
Okay, he's mourning the losses. Now that's going to contain it. Great job.
We are acting based on science.
They're acting based on science, which includes global warming.
And a commitment for all of us to be soldiers in this battle, and we are doing that. We're having citizens who are doing what they need to do, which is we're doing teleworking so that we can reduce.
Here's what's happening. Citizens are putting themselves at risk to help other citizens, while there are very little protocols in place to protect those citizens, including our nurses and doctors. Period. And he is not speaking to that. These politicians should all be held accountable for their blah, 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 blah.
People are being exposed. People are staying home from work when they are ill.
Oh, that'll do it. Just stay home if you feel a little sick. We'll contain it.
And all systems of government, I think, are working as diligently as possible.
And right there is the lie. Nothing is being done. So how are these governments working as diligently as possible? 7 days ago, the kits that the CDC delivered to the country were failures. Didn't they check the kits? The government is a failure in responding to this outbreak, period. And after threatening momentous action, North Korea firing weapons. Pretty amazing. Now's the time to be prepared, not scared. Get out there, buy the rest of the supplies in your local stores. Hunker down, stay away from groups. Stop touching strangers. Do not listen to what the government is saying. They don't even know what they're doing. There is no plan in place. You saw Carson embarrass himself in front of the world. Prepared, not scared. Did you know March is National Preparedness Month? Ah, the irony. We love each and every one of you. Stock up. Stay home. Be safe. We love you.